Here are today's top stories. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. joins leaders and partners of the ASEAN Regional Bloc in Day 2 of the 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits. The Philippine National Police heightens patrol and other security measures in preparation for this year's All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. The Department of Education allocated 1.35 billion pesos to sustain learning despite the onslaught of natural disasters. The Philippine Coconut Authority is boosting its efforts to plant 100 million coconut palms by 2028. This is the Pna Headlines. I am John Dalistan. The 47th ASEAN Summit and related summits in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is in full swing on its second day as bloc members and their partners discuss areas of mutual concern. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and fellow ASEAN leaders convened with Korean President Lee Jae-myung for the 26th ASEAN Republic of Korea Summit held at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Center in Malaysia on Monday morning. The ASEAN leaders hailed the Republic of Korea's contribution to inclusive development, especially in cybersecurity, maritime, partnership, and disaster management. They also discussed ways to enhance Korea's comprehensive strategic partnership. The ASEAN and the Republic of Korea have been dialogue partners since 1989. Later, President Marcos and other ASEAN leaders met with their counterparts from Japan, Korea, and the Republic of China for the 28th ASEAN Plus 3 or APT Summit. The leaders reviewed the status and future direction of the APT cooperation framework. They also discussed regional and international issues as well as key areas such as digital economy, connectivity, energy, maritime cooperation, health, and education. Also attending the summit were guests from ASEAN Plus 3, Macroeconomic Research Office, and the East Asia Business Council. At the plenary session on Day 1 last Sunday, President Marcos Jr. championed adherence to international law at sea through UNCLOS and strengthening peace, stability, and collaboration in the region through ASEAN centrality. Marcos welcomed the admission of Timor-Leste as full member of ASEAN, calling it demonstration of bloc's strengthened commitment to regional unity and cooperation. He also asserted the Philippines' readiness to host ASEAN Summit in 2026, saying the country focuses on practical, inclusive, and measurable initiatives that will bring tangible benefits to the region. On the sidelines of the summit, President Marcos Jr. held bilateral talks with counterparts from Cambodia, Thailand, Canada, Japan, and the European Council. Back home, the Philippine National Police will highlight 10 patrols and other security measures in preparation for observance of All Saints and All Souls Day on November 1 and 2. In a statement, PNP Acting Chief Lieutenant General Jose Melesio Nartates Jr. ordered all personnel and maintain police presence and work with local government units to prevent burglary and other crimes while families visit their deceased loved ones. Around 31,200 officers will be deployed in cemeteries, memorial parks, and columbaria as well as major roads across the country from October 29 to November 3. These include police assistance desk, inspection team, and mobile patrols to deployed in strategic areas. They will also be supplemented by personnel from Armed Forces of the Philippines, Bureau of Fire Protection, and the Philippine Coast Guard, as well as around 29,900 force multipliers such as barangay tanods, radio groups, and volunteers. Meantime, Nartates reminded the public to take extra precautions such as securing doors and windows and unplugging appliances while they are away from their homes. He also urged them to report any suspicious activity to the nearest police station or to the PNP hotline and social media channels. In other news, the Department of Education has allocated 1.35 billion to support preparedness and ensure that classes around the country remain uninterrupted despite the onslaught of natural calamities. DepEd Secretary Sunny Angara said agency aims to ensure students will have learning materials to use despite typhoons, flooding, or earthquake. Around 950 million pesos is allotted for printing and distributing learning packets to students from grades 1 to 12. Each learning packet contains 25 to 50 self-paced activities related to literacy, numeracy, and problem-solving skills, life skills development, and advanced learning. 399 million pesos will be allocated to materials for the dynamic learning program, which provide learners with structured and activity-based lessons. The DepEd will also work closely with local government units to implement alternative delivery modes during face-to-face classes suspensions. Angara said this is in line with the directive of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to protect the welfare of learners and teachers while maintaining quality education. The Philippine Coconut Authority or PCA further advanced its whole-of-nation approach to meet the target to plant 100 million coconut palms by 2028. This follows after PCA led the signing of Memorandum of Agreement or MOA with local government units, state universities and colleges, and farmer group. The agency also signed contracts with civil society organizations for the Massive Coconut Planting Program or MCCP, which focuses on replacing senile and damaged coconut trees. In a statement, PCA Administrator Dexter Buted said, the shared commitment among stakeholders will help rehabilitate and nurture life in support of local coconut industry. Under the MOA, parties are expected to uphold adherence to agriculture standards, efficiency, and transparency in the utilization of funds. For its part, LGUs and SUCs will give technical support and lead nurseries while DA-accredited CSOs will manage the supply, handling, transport, and delivery of quality coconut seedlings. To date, the PCA planned to increase planted coconut seedlings to 15.3 million by the end of 2025, which is higher than last year's 8.6 million. In our business news, a shared service facility or SSF aided farmers' cooperation in Antique to process their supply vegetable products, generating more income. In an interview, Esparar Multipurpose Cooperative Manager Zinian Nacionales said they decided to turn their abundant vegetables into noodles and powder, veggie sticks, and malunggay powder instead of leaving it to rot due to lack of market. They sell processed products during trade fairs and on order basis. With the SSF, their production rose and their monthly income increased from 10,000 to 25,000 pesos. They currently have 10 farmer members hired as food processors and 5 others are on call whenever they have huge orders. The Department of Trade and Industry provided the SSF in 2016, followed with additional equipment in 2018. Renewable energy company Alternergy Holding Corporation retained majority ownership of Tanay and Alabat wind power projects in its co-investment partnership with ABC Energy Incorporated amounting 2.4 billion pesos. In a joint disclosure with the Philippine Stock Exchange, the A. Brown Company Incorporated subsidiary said the Alternergy has 60% shares in 128 MW Tanay Wind Corporation and 64 MW Alabat Wind Power Corporation. The 2 power projects are in advanced construction stages and are scheduled to be completed next year. The proceeds of the deal is inclined with Alternergy's capital raising strategy to fund its project pipeline in wind, solar, river, and battery storage. Alternergy President Jerry Magbanwa said the A. Brown has a proven investment history in energy and resource development. Meanwhile, ABC Energy President Paul Huat said they are looking forward with partnership with Alternergy. And those are the latest and biggest stories from the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. Stay with us for more news update, and it's 59 days before Christmas. Peace on Earth is one of the best gifts for this season. I am John Dalistan. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing you stories that unite the nation.